This is Perkunas and the Catalyst, your guidance. This is a chapter of alignment, the segment number 9, and it is called motion. This is the 9th segment already. Alignment is a very important chapter to talk about, because who doesn't want to feel healthy, who doesn't want to feel energized and invigorated? And I'm not talking about diet. If you can go through the chapter of well-being, I talk about diet then, because I'm not considered as important. Really, it's so much more important to talk about you. There's a zillion people talking about diet, okay? And you can ask me to if you want. I was quite clear. What else you need to know? You just what to eat. If you know what to eat, you simply eat colorful things. Eat things that are made with love. Breathe deeply. The oxygen is very important. Be hydrated is very important. Even more important than anything, have positive thoughts, positive experience. Be kind to yourself and be kind to this world. Fill yourself with appreciation. That's the best diet. Then if you're with appreciating yourself, you naturally inclined to eat amazing things, and your body knows. Intuition is popping, and then know what to eat at the right time before you get sick. Or if you are, you naturally start tuning into the frequencies of food that are gonna do the best for you, for your recovery or for your enhancement. This is what I think about diet, and there's so much to talk about. I can go specific. You can think, most people think in order to heal you need to have the magic diet, the magic formula, the magic ingredient, the magic healing properties of something. I've been in the food industry, and I've been into plant medicine for a long time, and I'm telling you, that's not the most important thing. Doesn't matter if someone tells you, because let's say like talk about superfoods. They talk about acai berries, which is like a whole marketing industry. The best fruits, the most healing foods are really very cheap, actually, and they are the things that grow close to you. If you grow it, better. Those are the best foods you can have, the most healing foods. If you are in California, oranges, avocados, eat a lot of those because they grow abundantly here. If you're in Mexico, eat a lot of chiles. Enjoy the variety of its existence. Food is meant to be enjoyed. If you have a diet that is oh my god, we should call another segment now, because I'm talking about food now. But maybe I'm gonna call it, okay, let's talk about motion later. I'm gonna change the topic of this one. This is gonna be called the illusions of foods, alright? And this is topic number 9, the illusions of food, and then motion is gonna be number 10, okay? So I'm talking about the illusions of food. And I was saying that you want to eat variety. You want to nourish yourself with things that excite your palate. I don't believe in any diet that tastes bad. Okay, I've been a chef for a long time, and I've been doing raw foods, living cuisine, and never did anything because it was healthy. I did it because it was tasty, delicious. That's what my food was. People love my food because I wasn't focusing. I'm not doing healing foods, and my food will be healing, but if it is not tasty, it is not healing at all. Why you want to punish yourself? So you want to heal, and you got sick because you've been doing things that were the opposite of feeling vibrant and relaxing and flowy, and then you are going to get into a diet that is going to be disgusting, and do you think that is going to benefit you? So how punishing you is going to benefit you? Most people do that. I respect all your opinions. For example, there was a place in San Diego, it's called Optimum Health Institute, and people will go for detoxification, and they do this strict diet that they do no salts, no condiments, they do food combining, they do any oils, they do everything really plain and very not flavorful, okay? And people will go there and they will lose weight, indeed, they will detoxify, all right, that's true, and there was a support, there was with people that they can go together and do that. But people eating my food will get exactly the same results. How's that possible? The attitude, because it doesn't matter how healthy you eat if you don't have a good support base, you just cannot get there. Or if you have a good attitude, you're just gonna heal eating watermelon. You don't need to do any complicated diet. But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. It's gonna be a short segment, 6 minutes. No, you know what? Change my mind. I'm gonna keep doing the motion thing. So this is chapter number 9, and we're talking about motion. Why motion is so important when you want to feel aligned, when you want to heal, when you want to energize, when you want to release, when you want to let go of the energies that are not resonating with the vibrant self that you are, when you want to let go of the stagnation or the energy that doesn't match the best version of who you are, which is ready to pop into this existence. And it's already here. You just allow it to flow, allow it to flow. Once you get it going, because we have been talking 9 segments about alignment, and by this point you're already in a different bubble, you're in a different speed, you're in a different curl, you're in a different flow spiral going through life. If you have been focusing about what has been going on here and you have felt the vibrancy of things going and the energy, you're already feeling different. Okay, now you're feeling better. Okay, and that's a good thing. There's a movement, energetic movement happening in you, and you want to feed it. You want to ignite that consistently motion into energy that is consistent and is still moving all the time and is effortlessly going in you and depurating the things that are in you and cleansing and detoxifying you and putting things together. The cells of your body start working better and doing their job because you are not really resistant. You are more relaxed, you're more appreciating life, and you know better yourself. You know who you are, you know why you are here, you know, if you don't know it clearly, but you feel like you're going towards that direction, towards that clarity, and that make you feel more vibrant. And you want to feed that motion, you want to feed that energy, because you want to make it longer. You want to make it flow. You want to make it flow into a stream of goodness, and it's just as a river. It just goes, and you just gonna want to go with it. You do it by doing things that resonate with you. It's as, I'm not talking about exercises. I'm talking about maybe you need to rest, maybe you need to sleep. It's so good to take a nap if you have the chance to do it. Take a nap. If you're really busy, do a meditation. You just sit straight, and if you're working in an office, just one breath every 5 minutes. Well, you don't have to do a whole sequence and lose yourself out of this existence for 40 minutes. Most people do that. But things that I do, the more permanent changes, are the things that you consistently do all the time. Just taking one breath once in a while. Feels so good. Just one breath. I got to the point in my life where this can happen. One breath can get me into a vibrational state of frequency when I'm allow myself to be. My body feel much better. My mental clarity is flowing effortlessly. I feel renovated, invigorated just out of one breath. This is a long practice. That I've been doing this my whole life, and I was very happy to be able to do this because it doesn't take me much to get into this state of vibrancy. It just can take me one breath. Sometimes, of course, you meditate for a longer time and relax. Depends. It seems like when I'm doing these transmissions, the energies are more, let's say, tuning in a sense, so I can achieve into those stages quickly. But I remember I was thinking about that, and I went to this event I think it was in San Diego, and there was in this beautiful art warehouse gallery, and there was a lot of people doing virtual reality and dancing. There were DJs, there were rooms with speakers. It was like interactive show with vendors that selling Burning Man clothes and all different unusual stuff. There was art painting going on, like body painting. There's these slides and dragons. Anyway, it was an interesting show, and there was I met this woman. We just started talking, and she started telling me about her life, how she has been sober. She was addicted to drugs for many years, and she's been free of drugs for, I think she mentioned 8 months or something like that. And she told me she has achieved this state of presence that she just needs to take one breath and then she feels incredible. And I'm just listening to her like it's the first time. It's so funny because I was just thinking about that because I've been doing this for a while. And then she mentioned just that, and I was just, it made me feel so happy. I'm just listening to her, and she keeps telling me the story, and I think I told her I do that as well. And actually, I was just thinking about it. I thought, how many people probably do that? And it might be a thing. How many of you guys do that already? I feel like it would be so amazing to know how many people is doing that. As I discovered many years ago that there's people living just out of oxygen and water and sunlight. Yeah, that's crazy. Maybe you haven't heard about that, but yeah, that's something that happens. That's happened. Something like it's not exposed to the common eye. I guess there are certain things that happen. Sometimes I meet people and I feel like nobody can see them but me only. And then I have a conversation and then I feel like they are like coming from another dimension because it feels so nourishing. I just feel so blessed that I can have a moment of interaction with someone that opens my perspective to different levels where I can achieve a more joyful experience or a more pleasant creation, ignites my inspiration to do new things in my life. I think, yeah, sometimes for moments I feel like, is this person actually here? Or it's just me stepping into a different dimension and coming at the right time, at the right moment to resonate with this human being. So I'm talking about motion. And we're talking about how you can feed that energy once you get into the state of alignment. You can use meditation, you can breathe, you can of course go to nature, you can find things to appreciate, surround yourself with people that is kind and love you and see you for who you really are, and make it a habit. It is really important to, once you get to this status of vibrancy, to make it an everyday practice or wake up. I woke up today at 3:30 a.m. And there was a time, like a few years ago, where I was waking up for a few months, 3:30 a.m. every single day. And I was wondering what's going on. I tried to find things online until I found this guy. He mentioned something about there's something that happens in nature at 3:30 a.m. I guess it's like at the point of when it feels like at 3:30 a.m. will be the point when I start getting towards the sunrise and I start getting in the middle of the night, maybe, or like a leaving, just that point, like when leaving the night and start getting into the sunrise, because it happens around the world while the earth rotates on its axis and the sun starts showing up. So there's this cycle that happens in nature. Anyway, at 3:30 a.m., the mind, the feeling, the silence, most people is sleeping, is in a deep state of relaxation. That is influencing, as I mentioned the other day, is influencing the environment. All the time interrupting myself when I'm speaking. I'm sorry, I apologize about that. I am aware of that. The other day I was talking about how when I go swimming in the ocean during the sunrise and the waves, 80% of the time they feel like really much more gentle than during the day. It feels like the ocean is waking up. Little spider. Maybe the ocean, the nature is feeling people's vibrancy and is interacting with people's, and I know we can influence environment. You can make rain. You can change the weather conditions if you are in a state of allowance and manifesting expressing, literally influencing. I have seen happening that in myself many times. I have even changed the laws. How's it possible that things change just when I was thinking about it? Because I had a desire about it and I was completely effortless. I hear this time someone say something of one person that is in a state of allowance and frequencies and vibrancies that are tuning within themselves and is expressing, continually evoking that energy of who they are, truly who they are much more influential than millions of people that are not in that state. If you are more conscious and aware of your frequencies and vibrancies and power and magnetism, but you are tuned with it, you are flowing with it without intentions of controlling, because that's off. If you try to control the situations, it's off. You wouldn't get in that state of frequency and vibrancy. That's something actually very interesting to mention. I'm talking about emotions. Things that are flowing in certain frequencies are permeable to thoughts emotions that are resonate with, let's say, if you're in the frequency of allowance, appreciation, and connection with the environment, you're not resonating with greed and selfish ambitions. You're not resonating with hate. You're not resonating with, those are like low human emotions. Nothing in nature has those frequencies. This is just coming from humans. When you get into this flow, in this ocean of goodness, and there's an ocean of opportunities as well. And this is so fascinating because this explains how, in a sense, we human beings transform and manifest the reality that exists. We are consistently creating this ocean of opportunities, but mostly we are like not in the place of vibrancy and alignment. Today, something happened like a few minutes ago that it was just incredible. I don't know if to tell you, but as someone that has a dream for the whole life, it just manifested today out of one interaction that we had just a few hours ago. And it's so much excitement in this human right now that is insane. And I'm happy that I became a catalyst for that situation to happen. So yeah, cool. Anyway, so we are in this ocean of opportunities if we are in a state of balance and harmony, and we are not resonating with like our limitations. We're not resonating with our weaknesses. Usually fear is related to greed, is related to ambitions that are selfish. Greed and all those frequencies don't match the frequencies there. We are dancing in a different rhythm, okay? Those emotions are like party poopers. You don't want to have them around. Okay, this was the segment of motion in the chapter of alignment. My name is Perkunas, the catalyst, your guidance. Thank you for listening. I wish you a wonderful evening and a wonderful everything. I'll see you in the next segment.